CC Beauty Pageants.
Hi, dear friends of the universe. Sawadee ha, Thailand. This is CC Beauty Pageants, with the first video post-arrival report on the delegates running for Miss Universe 2018 title. After the Thai night fashion show, which had allowed all of us have a closer view of the delegates' runway performance and skills, some of the great favorites remain favorite in all their appearances in Bangkok. Others, who were favorites of some pageant lovers, have been left behind. And others, who were not very popular, have been growing and growing with the pass of the days. Do you want to know how my new frontrunners ranking goes so far? Well, first of all, I would thank if you give us a like to support our work, subscribe to this channel to receive all our notifications on every post, and share your opinions and insights with all my subscribers. Believe me, they are real. This year, as you have all noticed, the competition is really tough. And it won't be an easy task to select a winner among this amazing group of real beauties from all over the world, different cultures, different techniques. So, be prepared to receive huge surprises in the final crowning night, because, if most of them are gorgeous, it means beauty won't be the determinant fact to select the new queen of the universe. Don't you be surprised with the final results. Just relax and enjoy. Now, let's start by mentioning the delegates in the first group of 7. Those who arrived strong and remain strong still in the competition so far. Because, remember, the Miss Universe crown is conquered during the final ceremony. Before that, many things can happen and change. So, the delegates in this first group called strong still. They are 1. USA. Sarah Rose has an amazing charisma that places her really high in the competition this year. Her performance on stage is also very strong. She is in my top 5 this year. 2. Philippines. Of course. The Philippines every year brings a beautiful woman with a very well-structured speech in the support of all the people of the country. This year won't be an exception. 3. South Africa. The supermodel of this year's competition. With one of the best corporal proportions this year. Tamarind Green is also a very strong professional background. Will she conquer the back-to-back for her country? We shall wait and see. 4. Brazil. This delegate has all the package. Beautiful face, gorgeous shiny hair, sculptural body, lovely smile, warm charisma and lots of personality. Brazil has grown really high during these first days in competition. Although she was one of my top favorites from the beginning. 5. Vietnam. If you look at the pictures of the delegates, Vietnam always pops out. If you see them on the runway, Vietnam pops out. If you see them in a group video, her charisma catches your attention. I still believe Vietnam is the strongest nation in competition this year. Let's wait and see. 6. Puerto Rico. All the charming of the Caribbean woman, in a beautiful and charismatic delegate who drives the audience crazy in all of her appearances. With her undeniable beauty, warm personality and sweetness. She reminds me of 2 great women. One of them, Demi L. Peters. But also, the Venezuelan Vivian Sarcos, Miss World 2012. What do you think? 7. And closing this first group of top favorites, Thailand. The host country has a very strong representation in this exotic woman, with an Asian beauty type and a huge professional background, which guarantees her a place in the finals. The problem with Thailand delegates these last years has been the final evening gown. Will they commit the same mistake once again? Let's wait and see. Group 2. In this group, I included those delegates who arrived with a very low level of popularity, but who during these first week in Bangkok, and after seeing their performances in the Thai night fashion show, have caught my attention, and made them appear in the recent rankings of favorites. This group I called the Power Peaks, and they are 1. Mexico. A pair of words with the czar of beauty. The smell Susan make the difference in any woman in the world of pageants. When Andrea Toscano was crowned, she didn't convince me much due to her low energy and poor speech. But in the last events in Bangkok, she has shown what she's made of, and her looks have been very well chosen. And has created a positive impact on all the audience and media also. She is climbing up to the finals. 2. Australia, a delegate who arrived really silent in Thailand, but who has shown a warm and sweet personality beyond her particular beauty. Australia may surprise in the final night. She has a very discreet but complete package. We shall wait and see. 3. Denmark. Helena is one of my favorites since the moment she was crowned this year. Unfortunately, her country is not a pageant lover, and she's got no strong fans, like Venezuelans or Filipino delegates. But I see she is giving few steps but determined strongly walking to the finals. I wouldn't be surprised if Singer are wearing the crown this year. What do you think? 4. Great Britain. Well, this is a delegate who doesn't catch much attention at first. I started to like her when I saw her in pictures. The image she transmits with her eyes and expression. She has that factor that people call angel. But when you see her in group, she knows how to pop up. Warm personality, great charisma and a high level of enthusiasm. I think she has it all to place very well this year. 5. India. Once again, India comes with an exotic beauty from the east to the universe. Her personality is so explosive and her charisma and contagious joy is overwhelming in all of her appearances. She has problems in the runway. Her catwalk is not very consistent. But I think she'll do great in the final ceremony. As I said before, India rocks. 6. Curacao. The magic of the Afro-Caribbean beauty in a stunning and sophisticated woman who brings all the glamour and elegance on the stage. She clicked me on when I saw her performance in the Thai night fashion show. And I anticipate Curacao will have a very good representation in this Miss Universe pageant. 7. And finally closing the second group, Canada. I didn't like Canada very much in pictures because of the femme fatale pose she always shows in her shots. But seeing her in competition, the delegate shows so much natural elegance, sophistication, charisma, but also sweetness, and a warm personality. Canada will be in the finals placing very high. I guarantee. Now, let's check my group 3. Conformed by those delegates who arrived in Thailand, very well positioned in the expectations of the pageant lovers. But who had been left behind or eclipsed by other contestants during these first week of activities. This group I call the Fading Girls. And they are 1. Kyrgyzstan. I got really impressed with this delegate before she arrived in Thailand because of her elegance and enigmatic Asian type. But after seeing her in competition, I feel her a little cold. She doesn't smile much and it makes her appear distant. But if she improves these little details, she will be back in the competition for sure. It is just a matter of being warm and smile more. 2. Spain. Well, Angela Ponce was my beloved candidate since days before her crowning as Miss Universe Spain. I saw in her all of the qualities a beauty queen must have, whereas being a woman or a trans woman. It is the first time I considered a trans woman to fit in all the requirements for being crowned a beauty queen. But Angela has something against her in this competition. Meanwhile, all the delegates are women trying to show a new concept of woman to the universe, empowered, non-conventional and strongly determined. Spain is struggling to be respected as a conventional, delicate, and feminine woman to fight against all the criticisms she has received all along her life experience. I mean, she is one step behind the other women in competition. And that can be her weakness in this year's pageant. But I will love to see her on the top final group, for sure. Good luck, Spain. 3. Venezuela. Well, I have never been a big fan of Miss Venezuela this year. She has a very peculiar type of beauty. Too peculiar for me, I must confess. But the real problem I see in her is her hair. Sometimes not very elegant. And when the hairstylists change her look to give her some variety, then she doesn't look so good. Which means she doesn't have the X factor. To understand a little more about this concept, please watch my video, 5 Aspects to Choose a Miss Universe. Link in the description of this video. 4. Malta. Malta was a favorite of many pageant fan pages. But I must confess, she never was mine. Malta is one of those favorites who didn't resist the competition. She drifted away in a group of delegates. So sorry. 5. Peru. Well, Miss Peru made me go up and down with her. I was asked by some Peruvian fans what was my opinion on their delegate. And I must confess, I didn't see him very strong when she was crowned. But some weeks before the arrival in Thailand, Peru started to show her secret aces, and she arrived in the competition showing a totally renewed look, with a great posture and too much charisma. But with the pass of the days, Peru has been left behind in the group again. Maybe too much energy in the first impression, which never works in this universe. The great winners always leave the best for last. 6. Panama. Oh, Miss Panama, Rosamond Zuma, she caused a great mediatic boom during the days after her crowning. But I must confess, she was never my favorite. And I know she has a beautiful story, and that she comes from an aboriginal tribe in her country. But in the competition, there are other delegates with the same story of life, and who are way stronger in other aspects as well. So, Panama sadly is also fading for the final competition. 7. Sri Lanka. Well, this delegate had a big favoritism in the days previous to the competition, and she has shown a sweet personality and a nice attitude to the media and fans during this first week in Bangkok. Unfortunately, she was left behind in the competition too. 8. And finally, and I will be killed by my brother country, Ecuador. Yes, Ecuador is a very photogenic woman. I love to see her in pictures and in videos. Her attitude is so sophisticated and charming. She really manages very well her photogenic attributes. But when you see her on stage, she is something different. Her catwalk is a little bit overacted, and she needs some more training in stage presence and visual impact. I'm not sure if Ecuador will be unplaced. I hope not. But if she makes it into the top selection, this will be only because of the criteria of the judges. What criteria? That criteria we never get to understand. But I wish the best of luck and all my energies to Ecuador. The delegates in this last group need to show more dedication in their daily activities, show what they are made of, day by day. Because if they leave it all for the final night, they may be eliminated. So, let's work as if it was the last day, but let's enjoy as if it was the first day of the pageant. And finally, I would like to mention some delegates who have been doing a great job and who might surprise, depending on the judges' criteria. This group I call the What If. And they are: 1. Nigeria. Great stage presence. 2. Colombia. She is really pretty. 3. France. So elegant and fresh. 4. Kenya. A very unique beauty. 5. Ireland. She's got something that captures my attention. 6. Chile. Very good catwalk. 7. Japan. Beautiful and charming. I would give another option to Miss Nepal, who did a great in the option event. Her present was bought in $350,000, and I think this delegate deserves a recognition from the Miss Universe organization. Moreover, she is beautiful and charming to deserve it as well. So, my friends, this was my first post-arrival video report about the Miss Universe Pageant 2018. What do you think about my selection? Well, subscribe to my channel and receive all my notifications on every new video upload. Please give us a like to support our work, and feel free to share your opinions and insights. CC Beauty Pageants. We are all real people, real subscribers. Think about it. Take care now, and as I always say, hasta la vista, baby.